Bitcoin seeing a nice sell rejection right at about 12K. With this sell-off now, are we going to anticipate that the bears do have control of the market? Well, let's take a look at the charts, see what they might be telling us, and see if we zoom out a little bit what the predicament might be for the rest of the week going on with Bitcoin right now. So if that sounds interesting to y'all, please stick around and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so if you are brand new to this channel, we use the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace alongside with the TI sequential by tone days and the market guide buy and sell signal. So we're using a few paid for indicators on this channel. Thanks for coming back by the channel, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video that we make on this channel each and every single day. So we're going to get started here on the 15-minute time frame and then work our way up from there. So we're looking at the 15-minute time frame and we're taking a look at Cypher SR with a few of our trend lines that might be telling us a clear direction. We had a nasty break to the downside here, pushing us all the way from 12. Where were we at? 12, almost 12.1. And then I do remember actually seeing the price jump up to about 12.1. We took a long right back over here in this general area. A couple of different longs. We were playing some scalp longs on the Patreon page and on the trading group page too as well. So we took a few longs. We got out at about this area. I was looking for 12.1, and then I actually did put out a private video in my Patreon page and saying that, I would definitely think that there would be a rejection probably at right around 12.1. And it looks like we got a really big rejection right at about 12K. So, we went back all the way down to 10.5K, and then now we're consolidating out to the side. So during this consolidation, we'll have to see what's going to happen here. And see what Bitcoin might be up to, moving here on forward. But we can see on our Cypher SR, our VWAP is currently resistance for us, indicating that the bears are in control as of right now. So let's go on into our 30-minute time frame, see what might be happening here. 30-minute time frame, we can kind of see that we're trying to push back up above some key trend lines as of right now. But other than that, our money flow is looking kind of bleak down here. And then we're getting, thinner money flow, maybe indicating that we're ready to turn red again. We'll have to be very cautious about how we play this. A red dot is appearing right now, so it doesn't look like we'll quite get back up above that trend line there. Let's go on to our 45-minute time frame. So 45-minute time frame. Also noting the money flow kind of rounding off just a tad bit. So money definitely coming out, from this move. I definitely think that this was probably people taking profit. There was probably going to be a big sell wall there since we haven't touched 12K in the past year or so. Definitely people are going to be looking for a potential take profit area as of right now. And we got this little, channel here that was forming for us too as well, and I did take note of that. It does look like we broke below that channel there, and now we're kind of consolidating out to the side. Whether or not Bitcoin wants to continue its bull rally up to the top, we're gonna have to kind of wait for that to see what's going to happen. But I mean, if we were to take maybe one of these extensions all the way down, if this was kind of some type of flag pennant, then you could say that our target's 9,600, but I think it's going to take a lot of selling pressure for us to get back down to that area. We're going to have to wait to see exactly how this is going to play out and then move on forward from there. Now, I think let's go on into our hourly time frame and we'll talk a little bit more. But I'm thinking that we had quite a bit of bullish action for the past couple of days and couple of weeks actually, to where I feel like we've made a clear zone out from being a little bit bearish as of right now. Now this sell-off obviously probably some of the exchanges needed the liquidity for the markets to go ahead and maybe push it a little bit higher if they wanted to, but also we've had this kind of steady climb all the way up to the 12K area, and I feel that that steady climb was just money consistently coming into this market, not necessarily a big whale wanting to, get liquidity for exchanges. I mean, that could be a relatively, based idea, but I feel that we were starting to make a consistent, steady climb here to where, it could be relatively bullish from here on out, but we're still going to have to keep a clean eye on things and how they might be progressing in this space. This sell-off pretty much came back all the way down to 10.5K, and we got a retest on our 10.5K area, which is now holding us as support. So that's another bullish sign for us here on out. That 10.5K could be very strong support for us from here on out. And then we're also seeing that on our hourly time frame, money flow is still looking pretty good. It does look like we'll have another red dot down here pretty soon. We're trying to break through this resistance trend line up here, but it doesn't look like we are going to be able to get through it. So we'll have to wait to see exactly how this wants to play out. But let's go on into our 90-minute time frame and take a look and see what's going on here. 90-minute time frame, also money flow just kind of moving off to the side as of right now. You can currently see that we are underneath one of our trend line areas as well, holding resistance underneath that. And then we can see we're getting a green dot down here, but that VWAP's looking pretty sideways for the most part. So I don't know if we'll have enough momentum to get us back up above this trend line. But it definitely looks like we're going to probably consolidate out for a little bit longer and then, see what's going to happen from there on out. Nasty sell wall up here, but the fact that we really haven't seen this price in a good year or so definitely is a indication for some of these people that have been hodling for a while to go ahead and take their profit. And as soon as I saw the price moving yesterday and start to see the sell-off, I was like, oh, yeah, someone's taking their profit. And I'm sure they had some nice juicy profit that they were taking too. So someone definitely going to one of these exchanges, selling off quite a few of their Bitcoin to make sure that they lock in their profit there. But looking at our 2-hour time frame here, obviously we had the retest at 10.5K, and it doesn't look as drastic as a lot of people are making it out to be, although it was a pretty nasty sell-off for sure. But a lot of this was bought back up. It was just a pretty big, huge wick, and then a lot of it was bought back up, but then, people were still selling, and so we're having to see maybe a curvature happen here, or maybe some consolidation out to the side for right now. But another thing to also notice is that money flow is kind of, holding off to the side a little bit, also kind of trickling off just a tad bit after maybe the sell-off that is occurring. So we could see a retest back up on one of these trend lines here. I'll have to kind of clean this up for us here a little bit. Let's clean that up. Cool. So we could, end up expanding this out. And it does look like we had that trend line retest, and then we might have to come back down a little bit further. We'll have to see if this wants to end up fulfilling out. I mean, we know the kind of price target that would be, and it probably wouldn't look pretty. If we got sent back down into maybe the 9K area, I'd have to probably change my stance. But if we're holding support above this 10.5K area, it does look like it's kind of clear skies for Bitcoin. So, obviously we're going to have some rejections and some sell-offs here and there, but that doesn't hold fact that, we've broken through major resistance, yearly resistance at that, and we're trying to hold support above it now as well. So let's see here. I did want to go ahead and tell y'all a little bit more about what we got going on the channel here lately. So I want to let everyone know that we do have the Path to Cryptocurrency course that is available. So if you are a beginner in this market, or if you're wanting to learn just a little bit more about the space and how to safely store your crypto, where to buy your crypto, some exchanges to be familiar with, how to dollar cost average, I give you pretty much all the steps from beginning to end to start, learning a little bit more about this market and to start being able to put money aside to, have potential growth inside of this market as well too. So feel free to check that first link in the description box below. Of my 3+ years inside of this market, I've learned quite a lot being inside of this space. Everything from, storing crypto to sending my addresses sending my crypto to the wrong address and avoiding scams. Those are some of the major things and learning curves that I've taken away from this space, along with, giving exchanges KYC information, if you should or you shouldn't, and that kind of thing too. But so if you're interested in just learning a little bit more about this without the stumbling blocks, or learning from my stumbling blocks, then I would definitely recommend the Path to Cryptocurrency course. It is going on for early bird special right now. So if you get signed up, you'll just pay one time and you'll have full access to all the updated course material later on that we provide as the space grows, such as DeFi projects and things that they might offer to as well. And then also don't forget to join our Patreon page. It is available. We actually opened up the 35% off special as of right now. So you can get signed up. We're going to leave the 35% off special open for the next couple of days. So make sure you get signed up for it. Second link in the description box below. With the Patreon page, you get access to our private trading group, which has quite a few different traders in there too as well, and they're being really communicative, and if you need any help with anything, they're there to help you. And then also you'll get access to the Patreon videos that we have. I teach you how I set up my charts. I give y'all a few different private videos in there on things that I'm looking at on the charts too as well. And as well as I just updated all the altcoins that I am currently dollar cost averaging into as well as of right now. So I think that we're going to have a pretty big altcoin rally probably going on into the August. And so we're going to make sure that we want to sparse our assets out a little bit and make sure that we can get into some of these pumps that, pump a lot bigger than Bitcoin. So I'll tell you what altcoins I'm getting into, and then you can come down here and see all the perks and rewards that you'll get for joining our Patreon page as well. So quite a few different things in there. You get the VIP channels in Discord, the Patreon videos and posts, private altcoin analysis. If you have any requests, I give you private altcoin analysis, and then access to the private videos. There's about 20 different private videos in there, trading strategies, news, etc. Private analysis summary, pretty much daily private summary analysis, on the Discord page, or videos. If I'm not posting public videos, then I'm posting them to my private members on Patreon. And then, a few different things here. We have the bot signals as well too that you'll get once you join the Discord page. And then we also have the YouTube membership, which is available. Basically, with the YouTube membership, I upload all my private videos to the YouTube membership. So if you want to get signed up for that and just receive private videos, then feel free to. It is a little bit cheaper than the Patreon page, and it's there if you'd like to access it. Now we are on our way to 3,000 subs here pretty soon. So we're doing a $100 giveaway in one of our favorite altcoins at 3,000 subs. So I highly encourage y'all to get signed up for the newsletter. This is the only way that you'll qualify for that giveaway when the time comes. But the channel is growing, so make sure you comment down below. Make sure you like the video if you're enjoying the content. And once we hit 3,000 subs, we'll do the drawing live. Just make sure that you're signed up for the newsletter, and you can qualify for that giveaway when the time comes. So let's get back into the charts here real quick, looking at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, money flow is looking really, really good. Still holding, massive pumpage up here too as well. So if we start to get some green dots up here, they could send us back up a little bit higher. That's probably what I'll be looking for, is maybe another push back to the upside here, and then maybe some more sideways action. But we'll probably have to see how these trend lines are going to pan out and see if we can find some on our own. Maybe once we consolidate out, or if we get another move in one direction or the other. So my trading group's kind of holding off as of right now, although we kind of had some nice little scalp longs up here in this area, which was pretty nice to play, honestly. It was pretty cool. But then we had this big sell-off. We were already out of the market by then, and now we're just kind of waiting for some consolidation to see what the market wants to give us and how to set this up. So looking at our 6-hour time frame here too as well, we'll go ahead and turn on our Wells buy and sell signals, and also Market God buy and sell signals too. And we'll turn on our Aldo EMAs. So we can see a clear, nice spread on our EMAs here. Our 6 hour is no longer holding support here. So I've always talked about how during our bull rallies, we like to hold support above, our 13 EMA or our 21 EMA. And we are still kind of dipping below that as of right now. So that's something to be very notable of. It looks like we are finding support right at about the 50 EMA on the 4 hour. But if we go into the 6 hour, clearly nice break to the downside, finding support at the 50 EMA. And then now going to have to see whether or not we can push back up above the 13 EMA to continue higher, or if we're going to just kind of consolidate out to the side, or maybe see a little bit of sell-off pressure too as well. So let's go on into the 8 hour here. 8 hour, this was a clear pivot point that we needed to break back up above. It doesn't look like we quite were able to hold support above it. And now we're kind of dipping below. If you're seeing our first sign of red Heikinashis on the 8 hour too as well. So yeah, I'm expecting probably some more sideways action. And from here on out, we're just going to have to kind of consolidate. This could be actually a relatively good time for people to start moving their money into some of the altcoins and taking a look at some of those. And I'll be providing my Patreon members with some of those charts that I'm looking at too as well. So money flow is looking pretty good here. VWAP's looking like it's ready to kind of clip back to the upside. Let's take a look at the 12 hour. We are starting to see a few of those sell signals on these higher time frames. So something to take note of there. We do have an aggressive 13 to the downside here on the 12 hour, probably indicating maybe a possible topping out as well. So that's something to take note of there too. But we're trying to hold support above the 13 EMA here on the 12 hour. If we start to dip below that, I would reckon that we're probably going to maybe come back down to retest the 50 EMA, which is right at about 10K. But obviously 10.5K was big support for us. So we're going to, keep our eye on 10.5K to make sure that we don't break below that as well. And looking at the 21 hour here, we did have the 13 to the downside as well too. We have our purple triangle that's also signaling us to the downside. So probably broke some key area trend lines on the lower time frames as well. That's usually why we'll get those purple triangles. But yeah, our money flow is still looking pretty good here. We're getting a little bit of a Christmas tree pattern on the higher time frames on the 21 hour. And we're getting a red dot here on the 21 hour as of right now too as well. So we could see a nice little turnaround. I think I pointed this out in some of my other videos, but we were getting kind of a head and shoulders pattern on some of these time frames too as well. And maybe it was the 8 hour. I can't remember what time frame it was. But these are possible little head and shoulder playouts too. And the fact that we're seeing a bearish divergence here with that, we could have a nice little head and shoulders here on Cypher B to possibly send us down a little bit lower. So, we're going to have to keep a close eye on this and, maybe not get super bullish just yet. But if we hold support above 10.5K, I'm going to remain pretty much on more the bullish side, but also I'm looking at 10.8, and 10.8 was another higher time frame trend line that we were looking at too as well. And once we start to zoom out here a little bit, we'll start to notice where that's at. So massive doji candle here on the daily time frame as well. That's just something to take note of from here on out, is that we are starting to see a pretty big doji up here at the top, right at above 10.5K. Getting that clean retest there too as well. I did want to take a look and see where our 200 daily moving average is currently at right now too, and it's sitting right at about 8,600. So honestly, if we had a retest to come back down to 8,600, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary, but that's going to be pretty bearish for Bitcoin if we come back down to retest that low. So let's turn back off our 200 daily moving average. And then we're kind of seeing, money flow move out to the side here as well. And then we're getting that red dot indicating a topping out pattern as, we've seen before. Going on into the 2-day. We'll come back to the charts here really quick. So we do have the Discord server that is available to the public. If you're interested in joining the Discord server, make sure to check the links in the description box below. You can come in there and join with us and ask a bunch of questions, or just come in there and chat about the markets. And then crypto takeover announcements page for Telegram is available. So if you want to join the takeover announcements page, we update when we have specials running on, when we post videos, and then also some things that I'm taking a look at on the charts, I'll signal to you in there as well. If you're interested in upgrading to a premium or pro plus plan for TradingView, check the links in the description box below. We use the premium plan, but if you are using Market Cypher, I would at least recommend that you have the Pro or the Pro Plus plan. It just allows you to have a few more indicators on the screen whenever you're viewing things, such as the Aldo EMAs and the Wells buy and sell signals, which are both custom EMAs I teach you how to set up inside of the Patreon page. So we're currently seeing that, possibly another move, some consolidation here out to the side. We're going to have to just kind of bear with things right now and see what they're going to give us. It does look like we are topping out on the 2-day, maybe indicating that we could basically be ready to see a red dot pretty soon. Looking at the 3-day, it does look like we still have some more momentum to the upside based on our blue waves, but our VWAP's kind of clipping down as of right now. If we end up getting a red dot here, we'll have to remain relatively cautious and, kind of wait to see if we're going to hold support above, possibly the 10.5K or higher. And then our 4-day is giving us a nice area to say that we need to hold support above the 10.8 area, which was this trend line right here coming in this diagonal form all the way back up from 20K is where that trend line comes from. So if we hold support above 10.8, then I would definitely probably assume that, once this candle closes cleanly above 10.8, and we're not risking of us falling below 10.5 or underneath this blue line here, which is right at about 10.5, then I would definitely think that we probably still have clear skies for Bitcoin with, sell-offs here and there. But we're seeing money flow come back into this market on the 4-day as well too. 3-day money flow is still looking pretty sideways. 5-day money flow, it's looking nice. It looks like it's ready to start having some push to the upside here as well. Let's see what else we can tell. Let's go back into our 6-day. I mean, we're getting these buy signals here. That's another bullish sign for us too as well, from here moving out. But we're just going to have to kind of play this, wait it out for a little bit longer to see what kind of retracement we have. If we retrace all the way back down to 10.8, I still feel that that's possibly in the realm of us seeing here pretty soon. And so if you are trading this market, please be safe out there and make sure that you're doing your due diligence to know whether or not you are risk management is proper or not. And then with that being said, everyone, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter. We're doing our $100 giveaway and our favorite altcoin at 3,000 subs. So comment down below if you stayed around to the end of this video, 1 hour chart, since I'm back here on the 1 hour chart, that it lets me know that you're paying attention. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.